Wondering why it's all right guys, so here we are today, ready to get to work, prepare this truck for the road. It's here as we parked it last time. There's a lot to do. I have no idea where to start, but what I want to do today, put up the signs with the company name here, and then install this head rack right here. Where to do that, we'll have to remove this part and move it a little bit somewhere else so that we can put it here. Then install a scale that will show me the weight on the trailer axle. Usually the scale goes here. Gotta put it here on the frame, right here, and that will be the work that we need to do today. It's a lot to do. As you can see, I've already been here yesterday and brought the toolbox and the brackets for it, and brought the head rack and all this stuff. So what I have to do today is just install it. I will start with the easy part, which is the signs. First I'll go ahead and wipe it a little bit so it's nice and clean, and then start putting it up. So let's get to work. What I'm doing, I'm just peeling it up slowly and then just going inch by inch, rubbing it in, making sure it sticks well, doesn't leave any bubbles. So then I go back and peel a little more, and then go and just again. Came out pretty good. Usually the logo is the trickiest part. Seems like they got the eye crooked, but yeah, these fine details are always tricky. There we go. It's actually pretty good, except that eye, which is not my fault. Now let's go and do the other side. There we go. Now it's perfect. They'll have all like small bubbles. Those will go away. It's not a big deal. Other than that, as you can see, now it's my truck. Lumina Trans 558. I usually rarely manage to get those straight, but it seems like this time it works fine. Now the easy work is done. We need to get to the hard work, which is figuring out what we're going to do with all this and installing that head rack. So in order to do that, we'll need to remove this entirely, and we will need to move those back towards the, to make, I need like probably 2 feet of room right here, right behind the cab. Piece is mounted on such bolts that you just have no access to it from anywhere. Like you see, it's spinning with everything, and like right there in the back, the bolt it's right inside that casing. Like, I'm gonna go and find a French wrench and try to go with that. Alright, so now we're ready for the hardest trick. I'll have to flip it over so it lays on its belly, slide it here, and then get it down on the frame and put it right there. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes. I gotta say, it's pretty heavy. It's heavier than all the others I had to lift before, or at least it seems like it. Let's try to get it down there. If it looks like a lot of work, that's probably because it is. It's pretty hard, but it saves me like $200, so I think it's worth it. Okay, so as you can see, I didn't move this far enough. I have to slide it back a little more. Alright, so this is how it's going to stay. I think getting it set in place is the hardest part. Like, the rest is just technical, you know, just put the U-bolts, tie them down, and that's it. It's pretty easy. One thing that's not very good is that I took this thing out of here and I'm not gonna be able to put it back. And I don't know where exactly I'm going to put it. That's going to take a little decision making right now. For this, yeah, that's about done. It takes me another maybe 15 to 20 minutes to just tie it down, and that's it. Alright guys, so let me show you a little bit of what I've done here. I don't know why I keep buying those GoPro cameras. They just all the same, 8, 10, 12. Like, I was recording right now and just went like, your camera turned off because it got too hot. Like, come on, it's an action camera. If it's not too hot for me, it should be working. So as you know, we took this one out because I'm gonna have to mount the headrack here. So in order to put it somewhere, I took out this piece, that one right there. I took it out completely, and now I want to just set it right here. See, I have a couple holes in this frame member, and I want to just fix it right here to the frame, and that's how it's going to set. Right? I'm gonna sit like that. But as you can see, it's got one piece of metal to one side. I was thinking to just take a grinder to it and cut it, but in order to do that I'd have to disconnect all the air lines and the cable and everything and take it out, so that's a lot of effort. So instead what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and buy some nuts, like some huge nuts, and put it on the other side and just level it up. I'll show you when it's done, but usually I have, like, whenever I do something I have to run to Home Depot like 4 to 5 times. So in order to save some time, I'm gonna go and start doing the toolbox, and just in case I need something for the toolbox, need another run, so I don't have to go twice to Home Depot. So I'll pause this for now. I'll go and start doing the toolbox, and at some moment we'll just run to Home Depot, get what we need, and finish the job. So let's move over to the toolbox. Right, so this is the setup. That's what we need, like a wrench, impact driver, pretty good one, impact sockets, toolbox, the brackets for the toolbox, some more sockets, extra battery. My problem and beef with those trailers, it's always been that the distance between those members, it's exactly 60 inches, and it's exactly the length of the toolbox. So normally you would install the brackets, like one here, one right there, but here you have those members and you cannot install the brackets here. So I've tried like different ways to do it, and I haven't come up with an ideal recipe yet, but what I'm gonna try and do now, I'll put one bracket right here. You see, like, you have the bolts for it, everything. I'll put it here, and then last time I put it around this post, like this, which was all weird. I'm gonna try and do this time. I'll put it right here, like right in front of it, and then drill a hole through it and secure it to this member and to the frame, and I hope that works. So let's get to work, see how it goes. So if you have a right now like this one, it's pretty nice actually. Unlike the Kenworth, all the bolts are either 3/4 or 9/16, so that's all the sockets we're going to need. So this is the bracket. What I prefer to do now, because I like my toolbox to ride higher above ground. Like, I tried once to install it like in those two holes here, and it was too low, and I was hitting it if I was going over a bump, just reaching ground. So now I want to use this hole with this hole, and then I drill extra holes as needed for this too. So let's go ahead and do that. That's why I might like to have some help. It just took me the best part of 30 minutes to get that one bolt on. When I took it out, this member just moved a little bit, and then no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't fit it back into the hole where it came out. But yeah, I got it. Now all that's left, it's drilling some holes that would, in this bracket, that would match those holes. That's what I gotta do, and then just put the bolts in there. Let's get to it. There we go. It looks like I've done a pretty good job actually. Set almost. Right, so now I come to a point where I just have to give up and drive to supply store, like a Harbor Freight or something. I need a new drill bit. This one just, it's too dead, it doesn't do anything anymore. And I need a bigger hole widener. This one at the largest, it's exactly as big as the bolt, and it's going in pretty hard. Just I'm killing the thread. So gonna take a parts run. Probably just gonna put everything just like this, because why not? And be right back in like 10-15 minutes, and keep going. All right, so I got a new step drill bit, drill widener set, a new set of drill bits with thicker bits. I hope now it's gonna go more faster. There we go. One is done. And it only took like 2 hours. Let's see how long this one takes. In order to finish, we gotta start. So now what I want to do, I want to measure that the toolbox fits in this space here. So it fits almost perfectly. Like here it's perfect. Here the only thing that gets in the way is it's this bolt right here a little bit, but other than that it's pretty perfect. So I'm going to secure it. Oh yes, I think that's the perfect way to put it. Like, it went in there so snug. I think even if I don't put any bolts on it, it's not gonna fall back. But of course I'm gonna give it bolts like here, and it's gonna be good. Let's make those holes, tie those bolts. So it's pretty solid, like it doesn't move, it's stuck in there. So all that's left to do now is buy equipment. I'm gonna have straps, blankets right there, fill it up, and that's ready to go. All right, this job is done. Let's go and see, finish up the headboard. So that's how it looks usually when I'm done working. Sockets, batteries, dead batteries, 1, 2, 3. Gotta get all that, like a hammer, some bolts. Gotta go and pick all that up, and we'll go and do the wall. So we are back to the headboard. I'll go ahead first and remove the plastic so you can see better what's going on. So there it is, all new and shiny. I leave just a little bit of room in the back so it doesn't touch anything. Can probably push it back even a little more. This thing, as I was saying, you see, I used some large nuts here to create the space, and I just it's pretty solid. So this is a perfect spot for it actually. It's like it's not in the way of anything. It's coming straight to the like connectors here. It's very good. So now what we gotta do is secure it to the frame with those they're called U-bolts because they resemble the letter U. So the nuts. There you go. You get 2 for each side. All right. So before we do that, I gotta put some rubber underneath the feet so it doesn't scratch the frame. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then start working on those U-bolts. Gotta make sure you don't interfere with any air lines, air hoses, because they'll rub against it and might get, you know, damaged. So here I'm gonna go between the electrical lines and the air lines like this, just like that, and then go for from below and put the securement and the lug nuts here. And then the other one here usually goes nose up because you cannot put it through there and down. So this, there you go. And then we repeat this process on the other side real quick. Alright, and now we go and give them a quick tie down. My sockets might be just a little short for those U-bolts, but let's see. That's how you install the toolbox, the headrack. This is the already installed headrack or headboard, however you want to call it. As you can see, like fixing it to the frame, it's not too hard. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's a lot more difficult to just handle it by yourself, but and also like this thing took me way more time than this whole thing. It took me quite a while to figure out how to fix it and when there and all that. Let's connect the air lines, see how it looks. There we go. I think it looks perfect. Usually the airlines that come with it from the factory are like crap, so I usually tend to replace them fairly quickly after I get the truck on the road. Okay, last step, like secure the catwalk back to the frame. Just gonna position it how I want it, and it's got 4 bolts, just 1, 2, 3, 4, just tie them down. That's it. Got some crazy strong magnets right here, and it's hard to move it around. There we go. I think that's perfect. You get up the steps, step on here, do whatever you want to do, and you just tie it down. All right, there we go. This is done. Toolbox is done. I'm gonna probably carry those and hook them up here probably today. That's why it's for, like, to carry the chain binders and chains I didn't buy the chains yet, but I will probably tomorrow or Monday. And what else? Another thing, I want to install the scale, as I told you. Let me show it to you. Yeah, my car, it's all in order. There it is. So this time I decided to go a little fancy and get like an electronic one. Usually like get an analog one and it works perfectly, but this time I don't know why. But this one is digital. It's got like Bluetooth connection and some stuff, but so one thing that it needs power. And I came out with an idea how to connect it. I got a light right here, which is right where I want it, and I got a splitter for this line. I'm just gonna split it in two. One will go to the light and one will go to the scale, and I hope that works. One problem with that is that I do not have a line long enough to connect it to the air suspension in the back. So probably this will have to wait until Monday. And another thing that I want to do is install an inverter, like a power inverter for the truck, because for some reason those converts come without one. Usually I put it right here. The thing with that is need to get a cable from the batteries, which are right here, to here. And in order to do that, you kind of need to remove this fairing. Like this piece of plastic needs to come off so you can get in there and properly install those lines. I have the electrical lines, but I do not have the inverter yet. I ordered it, but it didn't come in. So I don't know. Yeah, so here are the cables, very thick, very powerful, so that they can feed electricity to the inverter properly. So I don't know if I want to go ahead and do it today. I might, just want to install the cables, so whenever the inverter comes in, just install it and be ready. So let's go ahead and do that. There's one more bolt right here. I almost missed it. I'm gonna take this one out. I remember from last time it's a little tricky to take out, but there it is. We got it removed. Now we have access below the cab, so we can pull those cables and connect them to the batteries. Usually I pick a terminal that's less like agglomerated. Like there are like 3 or 4 connectors. I'm not gonna put it there, probably gonna put it here. So let's see if the cables are long enough. Looks like they're just long enough. Last time I got them way too long. I got like 15-foot long cables, and it was too much. This time I got 8 footers, and I think they're just good. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drill a hole like from the bottom right there into the corner right here, and I'm gonna put those cables through that hole, and that will like connect to the inverter. That's how it'll go. So I'll probably go ahead first and drill the hole. Just here. I think that would be the corner of the bunk. Let's go ahead and see if we got the right spot. Okay. There's some light in here, but it's way not enough. Probably should bring a flashlight or something. There it is. So not exactly where I wanted it, but it's pretty good. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and widen it a little bit. Go ahead and do it from the top. I'm getting way too tired from pushing from the bottom. There you go. Now we have a hole, I think large enough to fit those cables. Let's try to put them through. So there we go. They fit in here just perfectly. And usually what I want to do after I connect the inverter, I put some electric tape around them to create like a plug that would just plug in this hole and will protect the cables from getting caught by the edges of the hole that I just made, and also will prevent like water getting in and dirt and all that. So I'll pull in about a foot, or actually I'll go ahead and see how much I have left, like connect to the batteries first and then see what's left, and go from there. Alright, so we have the cables installed. They're just waiting for the power inverter. I'll just connect it. It's 2 bolts and it's ready to go. And I've I went ahead and like neatly tied them up with some zip ties here, other on the front, so they're I mean, if you look down here, you don't even see them. It's very nice and clean. Here it's all done, connected. Now all that's left is put back this fairing cover there, and that'll be it. And that's it. That's how we do it. So yeah, that's about it for today. I'm going to just gather up all the trash, get it all in the car, and call it a day. And then whenever I get my other parts, like the airline for the scale, and buy all the equipment for the truck already, I'll come back and finish up. But pretty much, as you've seen, it took me the best part of a day. Like I've started at 1 p.m. and now it's 7. 6 hours of work, and as like I didn't film that, but I've been there the other day, spent another like 4 hours driving around, you know, picking up this thing, picking up the toolbox, bringing them all here, loading them, unloading them, all that. But all in all, like today, if I would have done this in a shop, that would probably cost me like $400 to $500 labor for them to do it. Is it worth it? I know. I just saved $400 and I'm happy with it. That's it. If you find anything of this helpful, maybe you're trying to do it and got some hints, I'm happy. take care, and we'll see you next time.